I was just really tired. I didn't know this at the time, but I had glandular fever. And then I went to France on holiday and I just had sort of what we thought were flu-like symptoms, which after going to different doctors a few times just wasn't getting better. My temperature was just so high. They did a scan of my liver and noticed that I only had 20% of my liver left. They noticed that I hardly had any red or white blood cells. They tested my bone marrow. This told them that it was HLH, and they told my parents that it was very rare, but they had hope because they caught it early. So they had to give me multiple blood transfusions, chemotherapy, some steroids, and put me into a coma. After a few days, they dosed me up and put me on an air ambulance to Paris. That's when they first noticed that my bloods were starting to improve. So the chemotherapy and the steroids potentially worked. I think if it had been a day later, I wouldn't be here. They were trying to figure out if it was the genetic primary HLH or secondary HLH. And secondary HLH means that it's triggered by a virus. So I had glandular fever. It's very rare because loads of people have glandular fever, but I was just an unlucky 1 in 2 million. Continued research is so important. I'd probably rather die, to be honest, than ever go through the pain of what I went through, and my family, to be honest, what they went through having to watch, my dad being told that his little girl might not make it through the night, yeah, so raising awareness is very important. Because it was so rare, HLH, it's really nice to go onto a website and see that people have gone through something similar. Histio are the only charity in the UK that research HLH, and this is why it's absolutely vital that it exists. That 1 in 2 million that they say could be anyone, your friend, your sister, your brother, you, your mother. So I was just a student and I loved going out and socialising with my friends, and I never ever thought that I would end up in hospital for 3 months. I never thought that I would get such a rare autoimmune disease. So I think secondary HLH could happen to absolutely anyone. I was very lucky.